Gary, the Truth, the Life Watchers. Hello again, welcome to the show. Got some more breaking news. Yeah, it's all been kicking off over the weekend with Israel and Iran, and the stories are just pouring in here with this. It's not getting any better. But I'll get straight into this news piece here with AP News. Israel strikes damage Iran's underground nuclear site, agency says, as Trump wants Tehran. Israel pounded Iran for a fifth day in an air campaign against its long-standing foes, military and nuclear program, as US President Donald Trump warned residents of Tehran to evacuate and suggested the United States was working on something better than a ceasefire. Trump left the Group of Seven summit in Canada a day early to deal with the conflict between Israel and Iran, telling reporters on Air Force One during a flight back to Washington, "I'm not looking at a ceasefire, we're looking at a better than a ceasefire." Yeah, the stories that's coming out is that IDF, Israel forces, have they've actually gone in and they've actually sent missiles in, and I think they've buried the entrance up to the nuclear facility. They've actually buried it. I think they've done the same with where all the hangar where they keep all the aircraft, the Iran's Air Force. They're all in bunkers as well underground, and I think they've actually devastated it, so it's all covered up, so no one can get in and out of this entrance. And I think they've done the same with these bunkers where the nukes are. Where they're enriching the uranium for the nukes. Yeah, but it's all going off, innit? When asked to explain, he said the US wanted to see a real end to the conflict that could involve Iran giving up entirely. He added, "I'm not too much in the mood to negotiate." Trump's cryptic messages added to the uncertainty rolling into the region as residents of Tehran fled their homes in droves, and the UN nuclear watchdog for the first time and said Israel strikes on Iran's main enrichment facility in Natanz had also damaged its underground section, and not just the surface area. Israel says it's sweeping assault on Iran's top military leaders, nuclear scientists, uranium enrichment sites. Ballistic missile program is necessary to prevent its adversary from getting any closer to building an atomic weapon. The strikes have killed at least 224 people in Iran. Yeah, it's not looking good. Iran has retaliated by launching more than 370 missiles, hundreds of drones at Israel so far. 24 people have been killed. The Israeli military said a new barrage of missiles was launched on Tuesday. Yeah, there's not much on it on that, to be honest. Yeah, so what I'll do is, you had Trump, didn't you? He's just left the G7 meeting early because of this. It's getting spicy now, isn't it? This war, it's definitely getting spicy. It's not looking good. And you've got Israel now. They've just took aerial superiority over Tehran. Just get into this. Israel military spokesperson Brig General F.A. Durin said Monday his country's forces achieved full aerial superiority over Tehran's skies. The military said it destroyed more than 120 surface-to-surface missile launches in central Iran, a third of Iran's total, including multiple launches just before they launched ballistic missiles towards Israel. It also destroyed 2 F-14 fighters planes that Iran used to target Israel aircraft, the military said. Yeah, the sources that are coming out, they're saying that the US have been supplying the Israel forces with the air refuelers. I think they've got about 20 air refuelers up in the skies over Tehran to help the Israeli aircraft forces to refuel as they're doing what they're doing. So they are involved. I think Trump's actually saying he's not involved in any way, or I don't know how he's saying that, but they're definitely involved. I think he's trying to take a step back, saying he's not involved, but they are involved. America's involved, whether they like it or not. You've got Russia and China, especially China. I think they sent over 1,000 missiles to Iran to stock up. So, and you got Russia, they're allies, and they're helping. So everyone's involved. This is what I'm saying. Iran's pulling everyone into this war. They're definitely pulling it into it. Let's just finish this piece off here. Israel military officials also said fighter jets had struck 10 command centres in Tehran belonging to Iran's Quds, I think I pronounced that right, Quds force, an elite arm of its Parliamentary Revolutionary Guard that conducts military intelligence operations outside Iran. Israel's military issued evacuation warning for a part of central Tehran that houses state TV and police headquarters, as well as 3 large hospitals, including one owned by the Guard. It has issued a similar evacuation warnings for parts of the Gaza Strip, Lebanon, ahead of strikes. So you've had Trump as well. He's actually told them in Tehran to start evacuating. Israel forces as well, they've actually knocked out a TV station as well, so they can't get the news out to people. They've actually done that as well. Yeah, there's not much on that. I've got another piece there. Let's just go on to that there. Yeah, this piece says Trump is at a moment of choosing as Israel looks for more US help, crushing Iran's nuclear program. They've already crushed it, from what I'm hearing off the sources. President Donald Trump, in about 8 hours, went from suggesting a nuclear deal with Iran remained achievable to urging Tehran's 9.5 million residents to flee for their lives as they cut short his visit to an international summit to return to Washington for urgent talks with national security team. Trump arrived at the White House early on Tuesday, a moment of choosing his presidency. Israel, with 5 days of missile strikes, has done considerable damage to Iran and believes it can now deal a permanent blow to Tehran's nuclear program, particularly if it gets a little more help from the Republican president, but deepening American involvement perhaps by providing Israel's with bunker-busting bombs to penetrate Iranian nuclear sites built deep underground, or offering other direct US military support comes with enormous political risk for Trump. Trump, as he made his way back to Washington, expressed frustration with Iranian leaders for failing to reach an agreement. He said he was now looking for a real end to the conflict and complete give up of Tehran's nuclear program. They should have done the deal. I told them, do the deal. I told reporters on an Air Force One, so I don't know. I'm not too much in the mood to negotiate. Iran has insisted that its nuclear program is for peaceful purposes only, and US intelligence agencies have assessed that Tehran is not actively pursuing a bomb. You got the Ayatollah as well. He's gone in hiding as well in his bunker as well. The leader of Iran. They've already took out some more generals as well. Yeah, Israel, what they've been doing has been very, very clever. They've sent in spy drones. They've had surveillance on the ground, spies. They've worked all this out, and this is what I'm saying. If you've got God on your side, which is that's God's country, you don't mess with God's country. You know, it's not going to go well for you. It's definitely not going to go well for you. Trump, who plans to meet with advisors in the Situation Room, appears to be gradually building a public case for a more direct American role in the conflict. His shift in tone comes as the US has repositioned warships and military aircraft in the region to respond if the conflict between Israel and Iran further escalates. Yeah. And you've got this Trump made an early... So he's actually... Yeah, he come away from the G7, didn't he? Because of what's going down. Yeah, there's not much on it on this, but there is several news pieces out there. There's loads of information on there. But I'm going to go straight into my journal. Yeah, so like I've said before, you've got China and Russia now. They're sending weapons into Iran, because they're the allies. And like I said, Iran's going to pull everyone into this. They're definitely going to pull it in. Persia, Elam, it's the prophecies of the Bible, and they're speaking out loud. The Bible's coming alive. it's jumping off the page of the Bible. You've got Israel forcing they have superiority over the Iran airspace. They've already done it. They've took over, haven't they? But from what I'm hearing, they're not backing down. They've gone in hiding. Some generals have been wiped out. They've made their feelings clear on it. Iran, they've said they won't stop until every Jew's killed. Every Jew's got wiped off. This is the mindsets of these people. They don't realise you're up against God. They've got God on their side because that's God's nation, Israel. Jacob's trouble. What's coming? And then you got Iran. Iran's been threatening to cut off the Strait of Hormuz, so they want to cut it off. So obviously the cargo ships that come through for trading, that come through into Europe and obviously to America and places like that, they've been threatening that. And Trump's already sent a message. He's already sent a message. If you do that, then it's World War III. I think we're already in World War III now. And he said he will be forced to use nuclear weapons. Trump said to Iran, he's actually said it. They'll be forced to use them. If you cut that Strait of Hormuz off, that's it. You're talking nuclear then, definitely. And like I say, Israel's wiped out TV station in Tehran. So they're going to get the news out to people. Trump's told the people of Tehran to get out, evacuate now. I don't know if it's something like 300,000 people that are in there. They need to get out now. Obviously, I've mentioned that before. The atoll has gone in hiding on her. Generals wiped out. Some missiles got through. Israel, when they were fighting over the weekend, the missiles were coming from Iran. Obviously, the Iron Dome was working, obviously, but some did get through into Tel Aviv, where it's a tourist place. That I think, from what the sources are saying, is 8 people been killed. So there's probably more. It's probably rising, but some did get through, and obviously, crazy. What's going on? Trump keeps saying, Hunter, there's going to be peace and safety. They keep saying peace and safety, this peace and safety, and I keep reiterating on this that it's not. It's a false peace and safety because it's all prophecy there. He thinks it's peace and safety. Because Paul said they'll say peace and safety, they'll say peace and safety, but it's not. It's a false peace and safety. What's coming? Because that's what's leading up to the rapture. That's what's leading into this Daniel's vision, the tribulation, Daniel's 70th week, because that is Jacob's trouble. Jacob's trouble is Israel, and that's what everyone should be looking at, is Israel. We're already in Jeremiah 49 prophecy. We're already in Zechariah 12. Like I keep saying, God will put the hooks in the jaws of these nations, especially Russia, China, because they'll be surrounded. Israel now's it's surrounded on 7 fronts, isn't it? Israel. So you've got Russia, you've got China, you've got Syria, you've got Turkey, you've got Iraq, Iran. You've got Yemen. You've got the proxies, Hamas, Hezbollah, the Houthis, Yemen. You've got South Africa. You've got Sudan. Sudan's got Russian forces stationed there, and that's the hooks of the jaws, and that's what's gonna. Oh, you've got Egypt as well, and they're gonna put the hooks. He's gonna put the hooks of the jaws, and he's gonna make it happen. He's gonna bring them in, and then he's gonna destroy them. It's gonna be supernatural, because people don't believe in God. There's a God, and they're going to know there's a God when he does it. But by the time this happens, this will be in the tribulation. And, that's just why I keep saying to people, you need to get saved now instead of waiting for the tribulation, because you don't want to be running. If you're a Christian especially, or you're a Jew, you don't want to be running for your life, because you just don't want to be doing that. You want to save yourself the trouble now and get saved through Jesus Christ. Get saved and do the right thing, because if you wait for the tribulation, you're going to be on the run, and you're going to have to die. You're going to have to die for your faith, or you'll be in a line with it. You'll be in allegiance with Satan, and that's what's going to happen. So I'm just go back into my journal. So it's definitely kicking off. It's all these prophecies are all getting in a line now with each other. Now you can see it. You can see. Like I keep mentioning, because I was on about the Strait of Hormuz. Iran was threatening to cut it off. They're actually saying now that the oil prices have gone up by 7%. I think it's actually rose since then. I think they've gone up even higher. But they're saying now that I think it was $150 a barrel of oil. Now the 250. It's going to rise to 250. Some are predicting $300 a barrel. You imagine when that happens, that'll affect us, America, Europe. It's going to affect everyone. Your prices are going to go through the roof. You think of it. You got a car. You've got or you got several cars. You got to run. It's going to be costing you a fortune. And not only that, companies around these nations like America, Britain, Europe, they're all run on oil. You have generators where they're oil, unless they're not been transferred over to renewable energy, which is this net zero, which doesn't work. But you've got your supply chain, truck drivers that they're run on oil, diesel. They can't get your food, they can't get your supplies, your goods to Amazon. You can't get your goods, you can't get your food to all these supermarkets. People don't think of these things, and that it's a big knock-on effect, and that's what's coming. You got all the your food prices will just rise, they'll just go through the roof. They're already gone through the roof now. You got your dollar, it's shrinking. It's shrinking. It's not holding its value. The value. It's not going to have its value anymore. The dollar. That is what I keep saying. Because they got all this debt, and they need to get rid of this debt. So the dollar's shrinking. It's losing its value. Food prices are going up, your goods are going up, your oil prices are going up. It just has one big knock-on effect. If you can remember back in, I think it was 1972, was it, or 1973, we used to have a thing called the gold standard. And when the gold standard was on, before that, I think the way I understand the gold standard is that if you've got a chunk of gold in your bank, because obviously going to have because before they took the gold standard off, obviously back then they had gold in the vaults, and I think from what I can understand is you can only borrow money or you can lend money to people who's in a bank. If you're borrowing money, I think you can only borrow the amount what's in that bank vault, so you can't go past it. You can't get into any more debt. It just goes up to the value of what's in that vault, and that's where everything's a mess. Everything's gone wrong because they've took the gold standard away, so they basically can start printing more money. People can, you got credit cards, you've got things on tick, you've got this, you've got that, and people are borrowing money left, right, and centre, and before you know it, everything's a mess, and that's why. They took the gold standard away, because they wanted to borrow more money. They wanted to able to give people more chances to get in debt. Borrow money, and obviously people get in debt, don't they? And everything's a mess now, and that's why we're in a mess, because they took the gold standard away. If they would have kept the gold standard in place and not messed with it, we won't be in this mess. As we're in a mess now, and this is why we're in this mess, because they took that away. That's the way I understand it. Is because that. Is basically, for how much gold you've got in your vaults, wherever how many people are in that bank, can only borrow up to that value. So, but obviously, someone somewhere wanted to, borrow more money and give people a chance to borrow more money. But what they didn't see, what was coming down the future, is that there was going to be a mess. And now look at America now, the 38 trillion in debt. They're never going to pay it back, and that's why this is why they need this war, the World Economic Forum, and they keep mentioning reset. You won't own anything and you'll be happy. It's crazy. You won't own anything and you'll be happy. More like it's they'll own everything and you'll be unhappy. That's what it is. It's crazy. You've got Starmer. He sends his Euro fighters into Syria, so he sent them over there. So the Britain's involved as well. And going back to the debt crisis as well, there's been sources in Europe, the IMF, they've been watching Britain, and they've actually said that Britain's in a mess. It's absolutely in a mess financially, and they've said that they're not going to be able to bail them out. So if you're not going to be able to bail Britain out when it collapses, because that's what's coming, because it's prophecy, it's in the Bible. When it collapses, you're not going to have any money in your bank. You're not going to be able to go to the cash machine and say, where's my money? Because everyone's going to be in the same boat. Your money's just going to disappear, because it's all digital, isn't it? And this is why this reset's coming in. They need this war to create a reset, because they know they can't pay this debt back. You can't pay back 38 trillion, and whatever Britain's, how much they've accumulated, you can't pay it back. And this is why they need this war. They need it because they need a reset. And then if you have the reset, there's no more debt, is there? And this is why they're bringing this new digital currency, and they have this new. Well, they're creating a new society for us, aren't they? Credit scoring and whatever else they're going to be creating for us. Digital currency, one world government, one world army, whatever you want to call it, one world religion. It's all in the Bible prophecy. It's all Satan's plan, and that's what's coming. People need to wake up, So, like I say, you got Starmer with his Euro fighters from Britain. They've sent them into Syria. Oh yeah, it's just come out now that Trump and Starmer, they've just done a US-UK trade deal, so that's just been signed. So we're actually going to do trade deals now with US, and they're going to do trade deals with us. And you've got this as well with Israel as well. That I'm surprised Israel have not, because they keep mentioning when Damascus with the Hezbollah, they always had that on the table, didn't they? The Samson option, which is ballistic nukes. They were going to use that over Syria. This might even happen. That Samson option's never been used, and they've always got that on the table. And I always wonder, would they ever use that on Iran? It's getting dangerous. It's absolutely getting dangerous. And then you've got Trump saying he's not involved in this war, and he's taking a step back. He doesn't want to be. No, America's involved. They're definitely involved. You've been involved in all the ceasefires, and I always believed these ceasefires. When they have these ceasefires, it was getting Iran, because when they have a ceasefire, Iran then can scurry around and getting everything prepared and doing what they need to do. It's like when they have the ceasefires with Hamas and Hezbollah and Houthis, and and you're giving them a ceasefire, it means they can go and get their people ready, get their weapons ready, and if the stocks are down, they can get them in ready. And I always think these ceasefires there's something behind them. I don't believe what I see in these ceasefires. They always say it's something to do with getting people out. Sometimes it probably will be to get people out. People that are innocent and they shouldn't be there, but it's also a chance to get them forces like terrorist groups. They can get all the supplies back up and get all the weapons in place and get all the numbers back together and ready for war again. It's it's crazy, definitely crazy. And like I said before, you got the US air refuelers. I think there's about 20 or 25 that are over Tehran now, helping Israeli aircraft, the air forces for Israel. So the US are involved, so because the air refuel is there. It's on I think it's on Flight Trader, what preppers use. So it's all on there, because it doesn't show you just commercial. It shows you military. It shows you all the movements of what's going on, and you can see all the movements from Russia, China, all the stuff that's coming into Iran. So they're obviously helping Iran, with this war, which they will do, because they're allies, aren't they? Yeah, you've had Pakistan. Sources are coming out saying that Pakistan have actually said they want to nuke Israel. They're hated on all seven for this. Just hated. They've actually come out and said that, the evil, what's coming out of these people's mouths. I can't believe it. It's not looking good at all. And like I keep saying around there, that they just keep they want every Jew wiped out. They do. They want them wiped out off the map. A little island, not a little island, a little country like that, size of Jersey, Israel. And all these other countries that surround it, big massive countries, and they want to, no one's asking the question, why do you want to wipe them off the map? It's just the mindsets of these people. It's because it's God's country. It's God. It's God's people. It's the Jews. It's His people. You don't touch them. If you touch them, there'll be consequences. Like you can see now around what's going on. It's not going to get any better. But these people don't give up, because the principality that's over Iran, the demon, the principality that's over that, evil demon, whatever it is, it's getting in these people's minds. That's why they're not backing down. You'd think they'd back down, but they're not going to back down. They'll never back down. Like they keep saying, they won't back down. They keep saying, don't they, to the river, to the sea, they'll never back down, and all this. It's crazy. Yeah, you've definitely got a principality over that nation, Iran. You've definitely got it. You've got it over that nation. That's over its government, over its GOV, over its nation. I mean, you had Saudi Arabia. I've seen an interview there with is it King Salman of Saudi Arabia? He turned around. I think it was about a year ago. An interview, and he said that the Ayatollah of Iran is like Hitler. He actually, well, that's the words that come out of his mouth. He said he's like Hitler. It's just another modern day Hitler. Yeah, this is, it's just crazy. But that's it, really. That's it on the news, I think. But it's not looking good, is it? But like I say, look to Jesus. That's what we need to do, and get saved. Get saved, be covered in the blood, seek Him with all your heart, because He can see your heart, because He's the vine and we're the branch, and He can see everything. Get saved, be covered in the blood, He'll wipe every sin away whiter than snow. Believe on Him, believe what He did. It was a free gift. You believe on Him that He rose on the third day. He killed death, He crushed death, He defeated death. Glorified body, sinless God shot up. He did it all for us, but He didn't have to do it, but He did it. And so believe on Him, because He's your man. He's your man that's going to get you out. Don't believe on man in this world, because he won't save you. No man will save you. It's only Jesus that can do it. And when Jesus does it for you, it means that the Most High, His Father, won't able to see your sins anymore. That's why Jesus did what He did. So if you believe on Jesus and you believe in what He did, all your sins will be wiped away. You'll be forgiven. You'll be saved. You get your salvation going. And then the Most High, His Father then cannot see your sins. So that means then you can enter into the kingdom of heaven, paradise with Jesus, and that's what it's about. That's what it's about, getting saved. I hope you get something from this video, and I hope it resonates with some people. And yeah, so I hope you've been doing something good today. Sun's been out today. It's a bit hit and miss, but it has been out. Could be better. I just wish it was like the summer holidays when you were a kid. You remember when you used to have your summer holidays? Was it 6 weeks or 7 weeks off? It used to be sunny every day, and now you don't even get that. You're lucky if you get a week. Crazy. Yeah, how things have changed. Yeah, it's just gone downhill. It's gone south. Yeah, gone south, backwards. And this is the thing with the world at the minute. The normalising sin now. When you're sinning, it's normalised as good. It's just evil. It's pure evil. And this is the way the world is now. Normalising sin, and people are sleepwalking into it all and not waking up. And you need to wake up and start getting your Bibles out, read it, get your A to Z out, get it done. Because what's coming down this path now is not good. It's definitely not good. I can see right through it all, me. And that's because I'm in line with God. I'm in the Bible. I'm in line with God. I'm in the Spirit. I'm not of the flesh, which is this. This is your flesh. This is what you're trying to... The flesh and blood is trying to sin, and you're trying to stop it by not sinning. This is your church. This is your temple that houses God, which houses your spirit, which is if you're of the Spirit. You need to get in the Spirit. And if you seek Jesus, he'll give you the answers. If you seek wisdom with all your heart, he'll give it you. He'll throw it at you. If you're for him and you're not in allegiance with Satan, and you're not, you're not going down believing the world. If you seek him and you want wisdom, he'll give it you. He'll give it you. He'll give you peace of mind. He'll put you at peace, and he'll give it you. He'll give you words of wisdom, and he'll give it you. He'll give you knowledge. He'll give you discernment. He'll give you understanding. So you need to just do the right thing, get saved, and Jesus will help you. If you don't understand things, what's going on in the world, he'll give it you. This is what I've come to learn. I know things because I'm in the line with God. He gives it me. He gives it to you. And that's it for today. So I'm going to wrap this video up. Just before I go, I always do this. Let's just have a look. So let's have a look here. So the news piece, for AP News is the title: Israel strikes damage Iran's underground nuclear site, agency says, as Trump warns Tehran. The link for that will be in the description below, so it'll be in the description box, so have a good read on it. And the other one, so I'll put another one in as well. So this one here: Trump is at moments of choosing as Israel looks for more US help crushing Iran's nuclear program. So I'll both put them in the link for that in the description below. So I'll wrap this up, and I'll see you again in another video. So all I'll say is bye, see ya, and as usual, shalom.